I'm a business owner, property investor, firearms trainer, several things. Anyway, on your fingerprint bill, HB 17 and 312, I would urge you to vote in favor of those two bills. In the last 2 years, I've been fingerprinted 4 times for the state of Maryland. Had to pay a fee each time. It's the time involved as well as the fee, and I have to be fingerprinted again by November in order to renew my handgun permit. When we come to House Bill 369, the reciprocity agreement, I would ask that you vote in favor of the reciprocity agreement. Handgun permits are not issued to criminals. They do not apply for them. Handgun permits are issued to professionals who would like to come and do come into the state of Maryland and do business. And by doing so, they bring business with them, they generate revenue. They also may want to bring their firearm because the reason they carry it would be related to their business. However, the way Maryland law is right now, they would be in violation of the law if they cross the line and come into our state. That would throw them into your HB 1263, illegal possession of a firearm. Now they're in trouble again. So by having reciprocity agreements, you would eliminate that, and you would allow people to move freely and more comfortably in and out of our state. We have an example of that is Shanine Allen. You heard her mentioned here earlier today. She was a professional in the medical field. She had a permit to carry. She lived in the state of Pennsylvania. She went over into New Jersey. She was arrested. She lost her job. Her family was busted up. All kinds of stuff. It wasn't until Chris Christie pardoned her that she was able to be released from jail. But they wanted to give her a mandatory 10. They offered her 3. She was within legal possession of a firearm, and her only law that she broke was crossing a state line. Now next I'd like to move on to 375, which is a reason to carry. My permit gives me the right to carry while I'm doing business related to all things firearms in my property management company and for financial transactions for both. So when I process an eviction and I take someone who has been negligent in paying their rent, the state has said, yes, you can take possession of the property, and I do it for either myself or one of my clients. The individual oftentimes on the other side of that door isn't happy with me and blames me. Now I guess that according to the state police or to the state of Maryland, that the only time the threat exists is when I'm standing there putting their property out. Not a month later when I'm out with my family at a restaurant and don't see them coming because they're still mad. And they're coming behind me, or they may be coming directly in front of me, wherever this threat is coming from. But because I have a restricted permit, I may be again in violation of HB 1263 if I'm carrying my firearm with my permit because someone else is angry at me and I choose to defend myself and my family. So 375 would make it more easy for me to move about in the state of Maryland where I do the majority of my business and protect my family. When it comes to 769, again, we're going to go back to the state of New Jersey. That's the training waiver. Chris Christie got a good taste out of this one in June of 2015 while waiting for her concealed carry permit. She was killed by her ex-boyfriend. Her name happens to be Carol Brown. She had to wait 30 days. She didn't make it. She shouldn't have had to. You just had a rape victim testify in front of you that she was denied. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. Finally, I'd like to talk about the police profiling. Delegate Glass's bill, 1345. For someone to be harassed because they've already been vetted and proven worthy of a permit, to be pulled over and detained because they have a permit to carry. That means that the state police or the state, wherever they were licensed from, has said that these are good standing people. Can be pulled over and detained makes no sense. When I went to Utah to take my instruction, the instructor there was a Utah State Police officer, and he said that when he pulls someone over, if they hand him their Utah concealed carry permit and their driver's license, he feels better because he knows that person's already been vetted and that they should feel safer around him because he is a good citizen. So I would ask you to vote in favor of all these bills. I believe in this very passionately, as you can tell. Thank you.